Hello, everybody, and welcome to Book It, Vince, the Wrestling Dream Match podcast on the internet. I'm one of your hosts, Martin Bennett. And with me, as always, is the man that gravity forgot, Anthony Hall.
That's me, the bastard. That's the man that gravity forgot, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that was Neville's persona
FKA,
before.
Yeah, FKA Neville. the bastard pack. Okay. Amazing.
So,
yeah, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. We got a special episode today because it's our holiday episode.
The holiday special.
And for that, we need to bring in a special guest. So, Anthony, introduce our guest for everybody.
Of course, we have the honor of being joined today by phenomenal actor, comedian, writer, and at possibly some point in his life has traveled to North Carolina, Colin Sharpe.
Thanks for having me, Justin Roberts. Appreciate it. I have not been to North Carolina, but it is a goal of mine.
It's one of my favorite things now is that that's always in Kenny Omega's intro. But welcome, Colin. Yeah. How are you doing?
Great, man. Yeah, last night's North Carolina was one of the. I think it was the best one yet.
Yeah. So
that was a really great match too.
It was
for how like brief it was. I was like, ooh, this is
talking
good.
About Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela. Yeah, just furthering that Kenny heel turn, which is great. Yeah. So Anthony, this week we've brought in Colin, and we're going to do a holiday episode. You had this idea, so why don't you explain to the listeners what exactly we're going to be doing today?
All right. In the spirit of the season, today on Book It Vince, we are going to fantasy book a holiday pay-per-view that exists in the WWE that will feature superstars from then, now, forever, all for a good time and all for the season that is the holidays.
So we're going to get into that in a second. But before that, just want to remind everybody, if you love what we do here, if you like the podcast, please subscribe or follow it wherever you get your podcast from. You can also watch the video version on our YouTube channel. At the end of the episode, we answer viewer questions. We give a match recommendation. So come and follow us online. And also make sure, you just follow the podcast and look up some past episodes. This is officially I think this is technically episode 19. We're almost at 20, which is crazy to think that we've been doing this for that long. But so let's get into it. So the idea that Anthony had was that we would each just kind of dream up some like random kind of holiday themed matches or things that could happen at something like this. I guess another thing too is that we got to come up with like a weird punny holiday name.
Yeah, and so many have been used, like Seasons Beatings, or that's the only one I can think of.
I didn't even think of that. It's so good, though. Damn.
Seasons Beatings. Let's see.
December to Dismember.
Oh, yeah, that was the old ECW one.
Yeah,
I remember that. Because now you have NXT's New Year's Evil. You have New Year's Smash. But if it's holiday, the one that I randomly thought of was like Holiday Hellscape.
Oh, Holiday Hellscape is a nice one.
I like it's got the alliteration.
So, but I don't know what else. What else there could be?
Mine is it doubles as a gimmick and a name. The Oh Holy Street Fight.
It's pretty good.
He presents Oh Holy Street Fight.
You could have something based on the movie Scrooged and mix it up with a Montreal Screwjob, but
that's good.
Oh,
Montreal Scrooge job. That's so good.
Kind of pigeonholes the card, but
what can happen tonight on here in Montreal at the Scrooge job?
Yeah. Okay. I think it would be called the Scrooge job, and I think it's built in that it's like very wintry being in Montreal.
Yeah.
That's a very
And
perfect wintry setting.
and Montreal is an awesome place to have it because those crowds are always super hot. So.
Okay, guys, I think we're doing the Scrooge job.
That's great. I love it. Perfect. So the way we kind of structure this is that a typical card probably has like 5 or 6 matches, but we also might just have like random things happen throughout the night. So I guess the first thing is, what do we want as like our opener? You need something to kick off the night. You need something to really like get the crowd going. I can just start off with what I kind of thought, if you guys want. So so my list, I kind of just piled together while just like laying in bed, and it was this sort of thing like, this would be funny, this would be weird. So, and I kind of more put it in like today's modern WWE instead of like past or random stuff. So I have Sami Zayn versus Big E for the Intercontinental title, and then I wrote Sami shames the audience for being capitalist whores. and digging in and being super into Christmas. Big E comes out dressed as a sexy Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, nice.
But then Zayn wins with some like heel tactics, like getting Big E counted out or disqualified or something like that. Just because
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
gotta start with the workers,
Yeah, and if it's in Montreal, I mean, what a better way to start a holiday pay-per-view than to have your hometown boy in the open.
True.
Yeah.
Especially if he cuts like such an awful promo to the crowd too. Like immediately everybody's like, singing along with this song and he's like waving at them. Then he's just like,
he just comes out. He's be like, it's so great to be back in Montreal, but I'm so disappointed to see everyone.
Yeah. I'm so disappointed to see everybody in the festive spirit, maintaining capitalism at its purest form.
This is what they want you to do. They want you to buy into their merch.
Yeah.
Buying things and creating more. Like it's so funny. He's basically become like kind of like Daniel Bryan-esque heel, but like more just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But
well, he's got that natural annoying heat.
Oh yeah.
He's got some like sort of like a Che Guevara look to him right now as well, with his like little hat
really
and
does.
his like thick beard. So I mean, that's pretty good. Like I have a pretty dumb jokey match that I think probably is not as good as the one you suggested, but it is probably gonna get a little bit of pop just for the people that are involved.
Well, you told us. You said before we started that you kind of didn't really book like people. You more book like matches and gimmicks and stuff.
Except for this one.
This is the one. Okay.
You need to book specific people for this one. This is a We Three Kings match, and it's a triple threat match that features King Corbin, Jerry the King Lawler, and King Book.
I like that. That's really really good.
And I think they wrestle for to keep their crowns, or it's like kind of like a pink slips kind of thing where it's like if you win the match you get to keep all of the crowns. We can save this for later. Mind you, this might be a good comedy blow off after a huge hot match. So
I think just like the throughout the night it's gonna be such a show of just like constant just like puns and silly like connections to like the holiday season, Christmas, that I think it's like no matter what, even if that was like a backstage segment of just like all the kings like coming together and then cutting on each other would be so funny. Although that match would be nuts.
Yeah, it would be pretty dumb.
And Jerry Lawler's Kings, Little People Kings from the Survivor Series 94 match to come out and interfere.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh.
What about you,
the
Colin?
world is not ready for that.
No.
Yeah.
In the year 2020.
Well, my my opening style match would I all my matches were like modern guys versus older guys, or just two different generations, dream matches. So my opening type match would be a boyhood Christmas dream come true match. Hometown boy Kevin Owens versus his hero Owen Hart.
Oh, that's really beautiful.
That would be just that'd be so good. That should just be a standalone Book It Vince episode altogether. Damn.
Yeah. Oh shit.
No, that would be just a killer match. Like, just in terms of just like wrestling ability would be utterly insane.
And they can both do comedy well too. So they
Oh my gosh, this is tough. So I think we'll save mine for something dumb and random, maybe a transitionary segment of sorts.
Yeah.
But both of you guys have featured Quebec homegrown wrestlers.
Yeah, well, that was unintentional. So.
Yeah, but it's good though. So now we have to choose between whether we want to see Kevin and Owen first, or Sami Zayn and Big E. Ooh.
I mean, I think for the purposes of this, I think it's, I don't know. I think it's fun just to be like, this is the type of shows that we would book instead of being like voting for one specific one, because both those matches would be crazy. I mean, just for the nostalgia factor alone, if Owen Hart was alive and him and Kevin Owens got into a feud, or even just had a match, like, take my money, like, just do it. So I think for modern day stuff, like, if WWE were to do a pay-per-view right now and it was like holiday like themed, obviously this would more realistically happen, like the Big E versus Zayn. But I think both are great openers. Okay. I would actually even argue that like Kevin Owens versus Owen Hart would be like, all right, I don't need to see any more of the night. Just give me this.
That I feel like that almost belongs closer to the main event, because like that's like such a beautiful match. Like,
especially in Montreal.
Yeah. So maybe we save that.
Yeah.
And we open with Sami Zayn and Big E.
Or we just make this a WrestleMania and has like 12 matches and goes 7 hours,
Yeah.
We could. Nothing's stopping us.
Yeah. No, exactly. I'm just curious now. Are Colin's matches going to go up, or is this the peak? It
has peaks and valleys, but it definitely has. It definitely goes up in some of the matches.
I think both those matches would be awesome. So
yeah, they both would be awesome. I do feel that we should maybe put Owen and Kevin a little bit later in the card.
Yeah. So it's just something where we can like put something somewhere, and then we realize, we should actually move that.
Yeah.
Later on, kind of thing. Yeah.
So then let's move on to like I did like match 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of thing. Anthony, what was then your like secondary thing?
I mean, they're all gimmick matches.
Okay.
So, after that Sammy versus Big E, which would be a really fun match, we might have to have oh god, I really don't know how this would fit in. I have a buried alive in snow match.
Okay.
So this would be like a cinematic match ish, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't have any ideas of who would be in it, but it's buried alive in snow.
So I actually wrote later in my card, I wrote, at some point the Street Profits dump a truck full of snow on Cesaro and Nakamura. Because it's like, I want to put a tag team in there. What would be a fun bit? And like, wouldn't Cesaro and Nakamura be the perfect people in today's day and age to have that kind of like heel, like, oh my god reaction, like freaking out. And of course, like, you have the Street Profits being like fun jokers. And so I don't know if you want to make it a tag team match where it's like that.
That could work. I think that is a really good idea right now, guys, is to get a tag team match in. after our Sami Z Big E opener.
But I do love the idea of like a buried alive in snow.
Yes.
Yeah, the logistics of that would be intriguing on its own. How they keep the snow from melting.
It'd have to be outside, and I think they would like, you know how they have like ice sculptures and like big like ice castles and shit like that. I feel like Vince would be crazy enough to get an ice sculptor to like build a ring, and then they would put like the regular like fixtures on top of the ice ring.
Yeah.
And then there'd be a snow all the way around this
area. It would definitely be a match that would like lead to like maybe there's an outdoor like skating area, and you just see like whoever the heel is just like slipping on ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there'd be so many moments of just like ridiculousness in there, which would be funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin, what have you got here?
Well, I didn't really put anything in order, but since you mentioned that type of gimmick match, the closest thing I would have would be a Santa's Workshop brawl, which is like a boiler room brawl, but in Santa's workshop.
Nice. You guys are on the ball here. Wow.
Between Mankind and Brock Lesnar, or Mankind versus Walter. So one of the two.
Oh.
Okay. But it's hard to picture Walter in that gimmick match.
Yeah, exactly.
But just him like beating the hell out of Mankind.
I think honestly, like you could have Walter 100% like still be in something like that, but just be taking it very seriously. I feel like Lesnar in those scenarios is just like so like too serious that it's like actually you could even be too serious that it's comical against someone like Mick Foley. So
but the thing is, like, Brock Lesnar is actually pretty good at performing comedy. Like,
he really is, and they don't give him.
And he's great at selling. Like, and I think people don't give him enough credit for how hard he sells and how well he does. I think that would be a really funny match. Santa's Workshop Mankind versus Brock Lesnar. Ooh.
If you're just cherry picking an era, I'd probably pick like 2013 to 2015 Brock Lesnar before he got super like the whole Dean Ambrose thing where he refused to even talk about any spots and just went out and just slammed him on F5'd him on a bunch of chairs the whole match. But at WrestleMania, but yeah, like 2013 SummerSlam, Punk versus Lesnar. That's the kind of Lesnar I would want in that match. But
yeah.
That'd be funny. That'd be a good, like, kind of, even though he's not like he still is modern, but like just like a newer guy versus an older guy, that'd be a great match. Yeah. And I guess those could be two separate matches. Like I think the Santa's Workshop brawl match that'd be so good between those two. Buried Alive in Snow.
Yeah,
I think it'd be good. I don't know. I think it'd be a good tag team. I don't know how you do have they ever done a Buried Alive tag team match? If not, they should.
Do you want a tag team? Maybe the Wyatts when they're in their prime against somebody, or something involving the Undertaker.
Imagine Mark Holloway coming back and just being like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do a Buried Alive in Snow." Just the silliest thing in the world. That'd be good. I'll have both those. Those are both so good.
What about let's say we imagine that the Good Brothers have not left the WWE at this point, and it's the Wyatt family versus AJ and the Good Brothers in a Buried Alive in Snow match.
That'd be good.
That'd be awesome.
Really good.
Yeah.
Both can play into it so well too.
Yeah.
What I wrote I didn't actually write I wrote match too because I didn't really know what it was going to be, but I just wrote a moment, so it could literally go anywhere. I wrote Elias comes out and sings a crappy Christmas song, makes fun of the crowd. Goldberg then shows up and spears him. And he could be dressed as Jack Santa. He could be.
Yeah. I think that's a great segment that happens after the second match.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, I think at a holiday show, Elias should come out and sing like Jingle Bells or some sort of classic song, and then twist it and turn it into making fun of wherever they are, because that's him. That's him. So, and then I thought, what would be funny to see? Who interrupting him would be funny to see at like a pay-per-view? Oh, probably a legend, probably like Goldberg, and he just comes in and just spears him.
Just wearing like the world's tightest Hanukkah sweater, and he's just like,
even better.
Yeah. It's like you hear you see the intro, and he's like, he opens up his dressing room door. There's like a menorah in the background, and he's like, it's like very festively decked out.
Now I have to look up: is Goldberg Jewish?
He is. Yes. And wasn't he in Santa with Muscles or something? Some B movie.
Santa with Muscles was Hogan, but I don't know if Goldberg.
That Goldberg was in some kind of Christmas movie. I don't know.
Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess for the second match we go.
I think the Santa Workshop brawl is perfect.
Okay. So we go
Santa
to
with
the
Muscles,
Santa
by the
Workshop.
way, has a 2.6 out of 10 on IMDb and is 22% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Honestly,
that's about right.
But 71% of Google users like this film.
Oh, pretty generous.
Oh, it's so funny.
Okay, so now we have Sammy versus Big E in our opener. We have the Workshop Brawl featuring Mankind and Brock Lesnar. Then we should definitely insert this Elias segment. I'm going to call it Elias's Terrible Carols.
That's cool.
Featuring Goldberg Spears.
And then we'll throw out, and honorable mention is the Buried Alive in Snow match.
Yeah, honorable mention. Maybe in next year's card is going to be the Bullet Club, AJ and the Good Brothers against the Wyatt family in a Buried Alive in Snow match.
Colin, so what do you have? What's your next thing?
Let's see here. I think you could do a women's match now. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that.
I've got Mrs. Claus Invitational Challenge. That's only there to make Christmas themed. It's the four horsewomen: Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Bayley versus the Ruthless Aggress women: Trish Stratus, Victoria, Jazz, and Lita.
That'd be an awesome match. That'd be crazy. That'd be so
that
good.
would be crazy.
I actually do also have a women's match. I have it set as like a modern one. I kind of was thinking like, instead of like a women's title something, I'd want to like give opportunity to people that I think WWE needs to push right now. So I thought this as like, it's like the different contenders for the titles going up against each other. And so it's Peyton Royce and Bayley. Although this could be a fatal four-way match, actually, now that I'm reading it. And I'm like, that would be way better. Peyton Royce, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Mandy Rose in a Miracle on 34th Street fight.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Oh, Miracle on 34th Street fight.
That's a classic gimmick match that they always throw on around holiday season.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, what do we do? Oh, we'll just make it Christmas themed and it's just a street fight. But it's still really, it's still always really good.
Pretty much every street fight that's like I don't know, it's just a street fight. They just throw like a Chicago street fighters.
Yeah. But I thought like, I don't think I've ever seen women do that specific match type. So.
No, that'd be really cool.
So I was like, let them do it. Let them all beat the hell out of each other and put on a classic. So
both of those are really good.
Did you book a women's match at all, Anthony? Or are you
I did
sexist
not.
pig?
I am I'm a bad person.
No, it's okay. But I think
I didn't book any festive women's match.
I do like the idea though. I do like the idea of like the Mrs. Claus Invitational. It's pretty funny. But
yeah, but I think what would be really good is like if the Mrs. Claus Invitational is a battle royal.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I do actually also have a battle royale listed.
Oh, shit.
but it's a different one. My battle royale that I booked was a 24/7 title battle royale, where it's just R-Truth really trying to stay in the ring the entire time, and then at one point a bunch of elves come out, and one of them's Hornswoggle, and Hornswoggle wins the title.
Okay, all right. So I like that. I think that's very funny.
Honestly, okay, I like not to my own.
We
horn.
Already have the workshop brawl.
Yeah,
which is
not to my own horn. I kind of really like the idea of putting just a bunch of like workhorse women into a street fight.
Okay. And we have. Let's see. We have that. I think maybe this would be a good spot for the Invitational. I think this is
that one works too.
Yeah,
that's great. Like that'd be good to have just like everybody on in future. Everyone at least gets a spot, and that way you could also have like SmackDown, Raw, and NXT involved.
Do we want to do it as a battle royal, or do we want to do it as the way that Colin pitched it with the 4 horsewomen of now versus the 4 horsewomen or the 4 ruthless aggression women?
I either. I think obviously the bigger draw is, you know, like star power versus star power, and having
let's bring Trish into the fold here, and let's go with that 4 horsewomen versus 4 ruthless aggression.
Who are the other
special?
Who are the other ones on there, Colin?
It was Jazz.
Oh yeah.
And Lita and Victoria.
Oh yeah, so good.
Okay,
Perfect.
That's amazing. All right. Next up, what do we got?
Hell, that could be even that as like a street fight would be crazy.
That's true. Well, we could always make the Mrs. Claus Invitational a Miracle on 34th Street fight. We combine these things.
Yeah.
The Mrs. Claus Invitational is just the name for the match, the gimmick.
Just let Jazz put someone through a table, and I'll be happy. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. This is now going to be known as the Mrs. Claus Invitational Miracle on 34th Street fight.
Not long enough.
No. We got to make Michael Cole earn his money.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of like just going all over the place on my card, but that's fine. I guess like so the only other things that I have written on here were that 24/7 battle royale thing, but it could even be funnier if it's just something that's throughout the show. And then I just want the image of a bunch of little people wrestlers, one of them being Hornswoggle, who's kind of like their captain, all just running after R-Truth, and R-Truth losing his mind because that's how R-Truth is, and then him getting pinned by all of them, and they collectively are the 24/7 champion. And then R-Truth, and then R-Truth somehow manages to get it back. I'm not too sure how, but
to win it back, do you have to pin all of them or just one of them?
I imagine just Hornswoggle, but it could be a thing where he jumps off of something and lands in,
and they all have to catch him.
They all catch him, and then that counts as the 1, 2, 3, and he gets his baby back, and then he becomes the 50th. Yeah,
if there was 5 of them, I think that would be a reasonable spot. You have Hornswoggle, El Torito, three other dudes.
And it's just like your new 24/7 champion, Santa's little helpers. Santa's elves. But like they don't just play like, yay, we're a holiday. They're like badass. Like Hornswoggle grabs the mic. He's like, screw you. I'm a champion now.
Okay. I have another very dumb.
There's just be a lot of
match.
shenanigans with the 24/7 championship.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's just the easiest comedy bit to book.
I'm gonna write 24 shenanigans down, and we'll slot it in somewhere here.
Have Drew Gulak hit someone with a menorah.
Yeah.
Roll them up. Then someone like uses candy canes. It's just you just throw in bits. Like it just doesn't matter.
The possibilities are truly endless here
with
the holidays.
Exactly.
Okay, I have this one. In our fictional universe, our GM of SmackDown is Teddy Long because I love Teddy Long. It's
always Teddy Long.
Tag team match, yeah.
They're going against The Undertaker.
Yeah.
This is even more silly. This is a Santa stocking match, and basically there's a giant stocking, and whoever has the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, and the 205 title, all of them like take their belts and put them into the stocking, and then Teddy Long like secretly will pick out which belt stays in the stocking, and it's a ladder match. And whoever wins the ladder match gets the title that is in the stocking, but they don't know which title they're competing.
Oh, that's cool. I've got a ladder match too, so maybe I could tell you that if you don't have participants for it.
I don't.
Well, I have a Cole and a pole ladder match where the winner presents a loser with Cole for Christmas. It's Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys versus the Undisputed Era.
Shit.
I do like the idea of like a Secret Santa gimmick.
Yeah.
It could even be where it's just like it's like there's a big bag you reach in and that's your like weapon or something like that, or even like there's presents set up and you open it up and that's what you get to use, like something like that even. Oh, but those 8 guys against each other would be like that 4-on-4 would be nuts. I do like I also really like the idea of like a title shuffle too.
Yeah, well, the Cole on the pole. That was just,
Cole on a pole is so.
I was just trying to get a Christmas theme
like
out
that.
there.
That rhymes. Well, I mean, that's just Vince too. He'd be like, Cole on a pole. That's funny.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Do you have something that's in this spot, Marty?
No, I only have really like 2 more things, and they would be more suited for like the very final like main event. So
okay.
I think Undisputed Era versus Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys would be a awesome like sub main event.
Yeah, you might want to put that because we have that 8-woman tag match. So you might want to separate them a bit.
Yeah. One earlier in the card and then this later. Yeah. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be really awesome.
And how did?
Is it better as a ladder match, or is it better as like a different kind of match, like War Games or
Reindeer WarGames?
Yeah, because the Hardys obviously are. Yeah, Reindeer WarGames. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's incredible. Yeah,
Reindeer WarGames.
The Montreal Scrooge job. Reindeer WarGames.
Reindeer WarGames.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh my god. This is the production fund. The overhead for this is really getting out of hand here. Of course.
Yeah.
This is a holiday mania.
William Regal could sell Reindeer WarGames for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going up against Reindeer WarGames.
Yeah.
What's it? So how is it different from a regular WarGames?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I've got some. comedy stuff that could go before this.
Okay.
This one might be way too inside internet stuff, but it's a Christmas wish match. Team Cornette, The Revival versus Team Russo, Ultimate Warrior and Santino with Sable. And if Revival wins, Cornette gets his Christmas wish 5 minutes alone with Russo. If Warrior and Santino win, Russo gets his Christmas wish. Cornette has to watch every episode of Nitro from 2000 and then give favorable reviews on his podcast. I don't see how you sell that on a real WWE show.
But the thing is, this is Book It Vince, so we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
That is funny. That is so funny. I just love how much they hate each other.
Yeah.
All right. We're booking this.
That's
We're booking
so
this match.
funny. I love
Okay.
the idea of just, if Team Russo wins, just making them watch all those episodes. That's so funny. Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So who was on Team Cornette again? The Revival.
I mean, this could change. We could
The
talk
Revival.
about The Revival and then Team Russo as Ultimate Warrior and Santino with Sable, just because Cornette hates all three of them. But we could pick more, people that Russo likes. I don't know what you guys think.
I didn't know that Cornette didn't like the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, there's lots of different. You know how
Yeah.
all these podcasts have like these little 3-4 minute spliced up things on a certain topic. There's a bunch of them about who do you hate more, Sable or Ultimate Warrior. He just thinks
right.
he thinks no one has gotten more with less than those with less talent.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh my.
I see.
And also Bruce at one point in the early 2000s on a wrestling radio show said that Ultimate Warrior was the smartest man in wrestling. So
Oh.
nice fight, Dudley.
I love it just for the banter of having those two even near each other.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Also,
what-
all those people are just good. So
Yeah. What is the gimmick of this match called?
It's a Christmas wish match. So
Christmas wish match.
So
It's hard
then
to
whichever
say.
team wins, they get their Christmas wish.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. So that's great. After this Christmas wish match, shall we do our Edge and Christian Jeff
Yeah.
Hardy?
yeah, I think so.
Versus UE. Okay.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Hardy.
This is now just like, let's just make the greatest pay-per-view in the world.
It's the greatest
Caveat.
holiday pay-per-view.
Caveat,
Yeah.
it's holiday themed.
Okay, so now we just have to decide what the gimmick is for this.
Well, I guess we could just read out
match.
what our main events we wanted are.
Let's see if I have some any gimmicks still saved up.
Well, so here's what I wrote as the main event, because again, I booked mine as current day WWE.
Mm-mm.
I did Drew McIntyre and Daniel Bryan versus The Miz and Morrison. I wrote then Jey Uso comes out and attacks Daniel so that then Miz gets the win. And then Miz and Morrison are celebrating in the ring. And then Christmas music plays and walks out Stone Cold Steve Santa. And he looks like he's gonna give them presents, but then he says they've both been bad boys, and then he stunners them both. and then the lights go out, creepy music plays, and the Fiend appears in the ring, and Mandible Claws Santa Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my god!
And then it closes out on "Let me in," and then that's it. Because that basically stemmed from, okay, I want the show to end with Santa being mandible clawed by the Fiend. Wouldn't it then be cool if it was Legend? What match would come before that? Oh, it could be this. Steve Austin has come out in the past dressed as Santa and then reveals himself and then stunners someone. He's done that multiple times to different people.
Yeah.
And so of course, wouldn't that be great? And then get the Fiend to be able to mandible claw Stone Cold. But so that's my main event.
Nice.
not really too gimmicky. Like the end is gimmicky. The match itself was just like, what would be like four people that would put on like a great end main event. And I figured that because I was like, oh yeah, that'll continue the whole Daniel Bryan trying to get an opportunity for the Universal title, and then also you have The Miz and Morrison versus McIntyre feud continuing going. So if it was current only, that's
right. I have a dumb main event idea, which was the Jingle Bell Rock match, which is just The Rock versus Roman Reigns. It was just solely so I could use Jingle Bell Rock as a pun. There's really no substance behind it. If I tried to bullshit my way into a storyline, I think it would be whoever wins gets to be the head of the table. And family is the most important thing, especially at this time of year. Therefore, The Rock versus Roman Reigns makes sense. And the winner becomes the tribal chief, the head of the table. Jingle Bell Rock. That's it. That's all I have.
super serious. Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock.
By Hall & Oates. What about you, Colin? Do you have anything left on your list that you think would be main event worthy?
I got the Santa Claus Invitational Challenge. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles.
That'd just be a great match. That'd just be an awesome match.
And then I've also got an option: Old Saint Nick versus Attitude Saint Nick, Hulk Hogan versus Steve Austin. And then I just have a bunch of matches that are cool that don't have any gimmicks: Kurt Angle versus Walter, Ricochet versus Rey Mysterio Jr., Ricky Steamboat versus Johnny Gargano, Macho Man versus CM Punk, but they don't have gimmicks.
We'll just have to have you back to just book a regular episode.
Where
just these dream matches that you're dropping.
Yeah, you have to come back to do a full length booking of one of these crazy matchups.
Yeah. Oh, and Velveteen Dream versus The Rock. But I've got a comedy segment as well. Or do you want to talk about that later?
Okay, let's figure out what this gimmick for the Edge and Christian Hardys versus Undisputed Era is. And then we will insert maybe a comedy segment.
We never did finish that one, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think the idea of like it being like a Secret Santa would be really good, where it's just like a bunch of like you don't know what there gonna be, like there gonna be? Well, you don't know what you don't know what is gonna be in like the bag or the presents or whatever, and then that's like the tools that they get to use. And it's just a 4-on-4. Oh wait, no, we did figure out what that was going to be. That was Reindeer WarGames match.
Oh yes,
that was Reindeer WarGames match. I was like, wait a second, no, we did figure this out. That was Reindeer WarGames.
Ah, yes, of course, Reindeer WarGames.
Yeah, and now we're on the main,
which of course will feature a bunch of stockings underneath the ring that are filled with a bunch of random weapons and you don't know what you're going to use, so you pull out the stocking and boom.
and now we're on the main event. So
it could be a Reindeer WarGames Secret Santa ladder match. So it's a WarGames match, but both rings have those secret bags hanging above. Man, this is overbooked.
Yeah, it's getting there. Let's make it a 3 stages of hell match. Electric chair.
Count from hell. I think we just leave Reindeer WarGames.
I think that. I think that's good. I think it's good enough.
This is a new podcast called Overbooked at Vince.
That's a fun one. That is a fun.
Well, so now it's just deciding what the main event is.
Okay.
I think.
We got to throw in a comedy segment as a cool off of Reindeer WarGames.
Yeah, actually that'd be good.
Who has segments left? Marty, I have your 24/7 shenanigans.
I figured that would
here.
just go throughout the show.
Yeah, that could.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like
okay.
a runner through.
Colin said he
All
had
right.
a comedy one left.
I have one again. This is super inside, but it's what I have. It's a naughty or nice lie detector test. The People versus Marty Jannetty.
Oh my god. Yeah, book it.
And it would be a shoot for sure.
Oh
And
my
it would be a
god.
shoot.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That should be something on like Talkin' Shop Mania.
Oh yeah.
they would 100% book that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's booked.
A naughty or nice match would be something that they'd book in like 2004, like divas.
Yeah.
Like that's what it just sounds like.
Yeah.
I love the idea of like a naughty or nice
The
lie
lie
detector test.
Yeah. That's amazing. Okay. Let's see how many matches we have right now. We
We
have
probably have like 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we will be booking if this is the main event, we're gonna go. This is our 6th match.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like honestly the what is it, the who was it, I'm trying to remember what the match was that you said, Colin, the Shawn Michaels and
Bret Hart versus
yeah,
Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles.
that'd just be a great dream match altogether. I think I actually kind of do also like, I kind of also do like the like Santas versus each other, where it's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan, but they're both just dressed as Santa.
We can do co-main events, because the way I see it is, I think this Santa's Invitational really works, especially because Brett and Sean are in it, and we are booking, remember,
That's
the
true.
WWE Montreal Screws Job. So it only makes sense that they are featured in the main event in Montreal
on the same team too.
on the same team, because in the spirit of the holidays,
Yeah.
you have to extend the olive branch to even your worst enemy.
Yeah. And AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan were recent bitter enemies and rivals, weren't they?
That's true. Yeah,
I don't know what it is now, but
that's good. Okay, so we could actually do both of these.
I think one would be like the main event match, and then you can have the show get closed out with not a match, but like a segment. And
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The
two Santas.
The two Santas. And then finish it off with
With the Fiend.
coming out and
Yes.
mandible clawing both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yes. Gentlemen.
It's
WWE creative.
and it's
they
kinda
are
like-
hiring.
And it's kind of like what you could sort of, I guess, equate it to is like the Fiend is kind of like Krampus.
Yeah. If he's
And
like
he's taking out
dressed up-
Santas.
if he's dressed up like Krampus-ish, Krampus Fiend, yeah, that's great.
Just imagine the Fiend coming out with the mask and everything, but he's wearing a Christmas sweater. A really crappy Christmas sweater. Actually, I really liked Bray Wyatt's Christmas sweater. That was a creepy Christmas sweater. I'm sure they're selling that on the WWE shop right now.
Of course.
But I
Okay.
loved seeing that, so it'd be really fun.
Let's book this main event that is Sean and Brett versus
it would
AJ
just be,
and Daniel.
I don't even think it needs to have a gimmick. It would just be an awesome match.
yeah.
It's just, for the sake of it, we're just calling it the Santa's Invitational. There are no rules to the Santa's Invitational, but that's what it's called. Yeah, and then we close out with our Saint Nick.
I think it's got to be. I think it's either got to be that Stone Cold comes out first, or Hulk Hogan comes out first, and the other one interrupts them, and then they do like a move sort of thing, and then the lights go out, and then Fiend. But it would be like you have Hogan, who is like, I was in Santa with muscles, so everyone knows that I am the best Santa in wrestling. And then Stone Cold is just, he's just Stone Cold, so he just does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Do you think that in this segment slash quick match thing or whatever it is that Hulk Hogan claims he's the best Santa because he's in, this Christmas movie. And he is just like, parading around, and then you just hear the glass break, and then Stone Cold just, does his
I think he comes out. Shot. I think he comes out on a 4-wheeler, dressed as Santa, with like
reindeer,
and like it, and it looks like it's just got like tinsel wrapped around it and stuff, where it looks like it's like a sleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
do you think he is crushing beers and then also like alternates eggnog as well?
Yeah.
Or he takes like just like 2 eggnogs and just like.
Oh, that's a dangerous combination: eggnog and beer.
Oh man, but yeah, it definitely is that he comes out and he wishes everyone a happy holidays, and then Stone Cold comes out dressed as Santa Claus, and he could be like, "I thought I was gonna be Santa Claus."
Yeah, I do like that.
This year. It's just the stupidest argument that then leads to like a move, like they each do like one move or something, and then the Fiend comes out.
Yeah, I think Hulk Hogan probably like hits Stone Cold, bounces off the rope and hits him with the leg drop, but Stone Cold just no sells it, rolls up, kicks Hulk Hogan, hits him with the stunner, and then takes 2 cartons of eggnog, goes up at the top rope, breaks them, like starts dumping them on himself, dumps them on Hulk Hogan. It's like, oh, yay, Merry Christmas, everybody. And then lights go out, the Fiend in the center of the ring. Boom.
Yeah.
Dear God.
And
what a show.
My friends, is the holiday card of the WWE Presents Montreal Screwjob.
Do you just want to run through it really quickly again, just so that we can remember what is this show?
Yeah, we start with a really fire opener that features Sami Zayn, our hometown boy, cutting a scathing promo about consumerism during this time of the year to a beloved crowd in Montreal, and Big E, dressed as Frosty the Snowman, interrupts him, and they begin to have a regular match. And that match is followed by a insane Santa's Workshop brawl featuring Mankind and I believe 2015 Lesnar. A hard-hitting slobber knocker in Santa's Workshop where people get F5 through tables, and Mankind probably hits a mandible claw on Brock Lesnar at some point in time. We follow that with a bit of a comedy segment. It's Elias's Terrible Carols, where country superstar, Spotify's most streamed artist, iTunes #1 hitman, Elias sings some terrible carols and digs at the Montreal audience. Have they had enough of these heels attacking them yet? No. That's the answer, because then Goldberg comes out to save the day wearing his very festive Hanukkah Christmas sweater and spears Elias. How many different candles are on the menorah? Like how many days is that?
Isn't it? Oh God!
Isn't it 8?
I thought it was
is 8.
Yeah.
So Goldberg's gonna hit Elias.
This is a really bad reason of knowing it. 8 Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler movie.
So he's gonna hit him, I guess, with 8 crazy spears.
That's great. That's great.
And we go to the Mrs. Claus Invitational, which is the 4 horsewomen, Becky, Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte, versus the 4 ruthless aggression women, Jazz, Lita, Victoria, and Trish, in Miracle on 34th Street fight. We're overbooking this. We're overcooking this. This is Book of Vince, baby. And then we move to the Christmas Wish match, which is Team Russo, Ultimate Warrior, Santino. Shout out Santino for being a Canadian gem. Featuring Sable versus Team Cornette, which is the Revival, FDR. And The winner gets their Christmas wish granted. And then we move to I say this is probably a co-main event.
Also,
Reindeer WarGames.
Also, honorable mention to Buried Alive in Snow match, wherever that may end up being. Maybe it's next year's card. And also then the shenanigans of the 24/7 title happening throughout the night, where R-Truth loses and regains
throughout the entire night.
Loses and regains his title multiple times. One of them being to a group of elves featuring Hornswoggle.
Yeah, and Kevin Owens and Owen Hart gets cut for time.
Oh, unfortunately.
Yeah,
we gotta move that to next year. We gotta save some matches for next year.
Yeah.
And then we get another comedy segment, Naughty or Nice, the People versus Marty Jannetty.
We'll put that one on the NXT takeover that happens the night before, and everybody says it's way better than this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that this is so incredibly booked. So we're at the Naughty or Nice, the People versus Marty Jannetty lie detector segment.
Yeah.
And that careens us into our Santa's Invitational main event.
Well, no,
tag team match.
You missed the co-main event, which is the Reindeer WarGames match.
Oh, right. Yes.
Which is the Undisputed Era versus Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys.
Yes. Where there are stockings filled with mystery weapons within the WarGames set. Then Naughty or Nice, lie detector. Then Santa's Invitational main event, tag team match. Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart versus AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. Huge match. No gimmick here. Just a classic, well-worked match. Storytelling. We harken back to the Montreal Screwjob. Some way, somehow, maybe.
I wonder if the fans would boo the hell out of Shawn whenever he's tagged in and cheer the hell out of Bret whenever he's tagged in, this bizarre dynamic where they boo and cheer the same team.
It could happen because, according to Michael Cole and all the commentators in WWE, Canada is Bizarro Land. They cheer for all the people that you hate, and they hate all the people you cheer for.
Because all the good heels are Canadian.
Yeah,
that's right. And then we get our closing segment of the night, which features Hulk Hogan, Old
Santa
Saint
with
Nick,
muscles.
Santa with muscles. Cutting a holiday promo, talking about how he's the best Santa. And we hear the glass break.
Out comes on his sleigh.
Yeah.
His four-wheeler.
Stone Cold Saint Nicholas Austin.
Comes out, smashes some beer, smashes some eggnog. Takes a leg drop from Hulk Hogan.
No sells it, immediately hits
Stunners him.
Hogan with a stunner, yeah. And then the lights go out. Silent night. The lights go up. It's the Fiend. He is dressed like Krampus with a fun holiday sweater, but he attacks both of our Santas, and he mandible claws them both. And we see a holiday WWE logo come up. That is the end of
WWE presents the Montreal Scrooge job.
Stay tuned for Raw.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the Raw after the Montreal Scrooge job.
Yeah.
My God, what a wild card.
Very, very entertaining. I would buy this. I would subscribe to the WWE Network. Subscribers get the first 3 months free. Blah 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 blah.
I think that they'd have to sell this for so much more with all the stars on it.
Yeah.
Like $10 isn't gonna cut this. We need to sell this like we need some mad money out of this. We need Saudi Arabian money.
This is the Montreal Scrooge job brought to you by Saudi Arabia.
Oh man. Wow, that was
my goodness.
Wild. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But so many good matches. No, yeah, Colin, we'll have to have you back 100% for like just a regular like dream match booking, because
Oh, I'd love
you mentioned
to.
so many good ones that I was just like, that could happen, or that would be crazy to happen. So
Yeah.
no, that was a wild pay-per-view. But yeah, let us know, viewers, listeners, let us know which match of the night was your favorite in this ridiculous holiday themed pay-per-view. Let us know online which one was your favorite, or if you want to book your own holiday pay-per-view WWE match, dream match, let us know that as well. We're going to go into our viewer question for this episode. As always, you can submit your viewer questions. We post online on our social media when we're looking for them, or you can always just submit them whenever you like over on our website, UnknownErrorFilms.com/bookitvince. This episode comes from our Twitter. It's a little bit of a wacky one, but we like those a lot. This comes from our good friend Emily, who's a moderator on our Twitch channel as well. She asked the question, which wrestling move would make the most noise if you covered the wrestler in Jingle Bells? Basically,
Colin Sharpe or something.
Yeah.
Comes down to which is the noisiest wrestling move.
Probably just like a Walter Chop or something, or
imagine just an armful of Jingle Bells, just thinking just like an F10, just throw them in the air.
I think any sort of top rope maneuver where the ring is covered in Jingle Bells, the person's covered in Jingle Bells, that would probably make a lot of noise.
Oh, we should have booked that. It's the Jingle Bell match where it's like an Inferno match, but instead of the ring surrounded by fire, there's bells all over the ropes, and it's the noisiest match in the world. Just just running the ropes.
RIP headphone users. It's like people complaining about the chain link fence shaking during watching War Games, but like that's like times 10 because it's just bells shaking. RIP headphone users, everybody. That's amazing.
Emily also did ask which wrestler would you choose to be Santa in a wrestling match, but I think we already chose that.
We answered that question.
I think it always
Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold.
Well, there's been a number of Santa Clauses over the years. Like when I posted the tweet asking for questions, I just looked up like WWE Santa, and one of them was like Mark Henry dressed as Santa, and I thought that would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Bastion Booger. He may have done it. You remember when in the new generation they would have the champ have the Santa Claus hat? They did it with Bret Hart when he was a new champion. They did it with Diesel. And Diesel kind of cites that as the thing that killed his babyface champion push, because he won it late November against Bob Backlund, and then shortly thereafter he was at Titan Tower, like leading we wish you a Merry Christmas to the Titan staff in a Santa hat. He's like, I was done after that. Like, he was cool.
I was done after that. That's it.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Bye babyface run.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
But there we go. If you want to ask us future questions, please submit them to our website, or we post on Instagram and Twitter when we are looking for questions, and you can reply to those. Or post them in the YouTube comments as comments as well. To close out the show, we ask our special guests whenever we have them their match recommendation of the week. So, Colin, do you have a match recommendation? Either something like your favorite match or a match that you think people definitely need to go see and watch that you would recommend the viewers?
Well, as far as recent matches, I thought Kenny versus Laredo Kid from Triple Mania was awesome. As far as like having no fans there, there's something. Did you guys watch that?
No, I haven't gotten to. I think it was the whole like Impact stuff. I then saw like a clip of like he just suddenly showed up, and to defend his championship that everyone forgot that he had.
It's awesome though. Yeah, great match.
There's something about the Mexican commentators. Was it Hugo Savinovich or something? Is he one of the commentators? Anyway, his energy is insane.
Yeah,
it's like really like helps to make up for the lack of fans. But as far as like a match, I think like one of my favorite matches ever is Do Fixer versus Blood Generation from ROH Supercard of Honor 2006. I think you can find it for free online.
I've never heard of either of those.
I don't think I've ever watched that match.
Now I'm so intrigued.
I mean, it still holds up really well. At the time, it was like you'd never seen anything like this if you hadn't seen Dragon Gate. So they would bring in Dragon Gate guys every year for a few years during Supercard of Honor WrestleMania weekend. And so that was the first day they brought them in, and it was like this, like, wow, this is like the future. This is cutting edge, state of the art wrestling. So it's like Dragon Kid. Who are the other guys? It was Seema Yoshino and Doi versus Dragon Kid, Genki Horiguchi, and Naruki Doi. I can't remember everybody who's on each side, but yeah, it was an awesome match. Just like the modern, fast-paced trios match, and that's what I think like popularized it. Awesome match. You think you can find it on Daily Motion or something?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to watch that now because that just sounds so crazy.
And the crowd is fucking insane. Oh, sorry about swearing.
No, we don't give a shit.
The crowd goes. It's just like watching them, just like have the palm. They eat it. It just the announcer's just like, you know what? We're gonna let the crowd speak for itself. The last like 5 minutes or something. All you hear is them going insane for every spot. They chant, "Please don't stop." That was the first time I think that chant ever happened. It's awesome.
Yeah. Wow, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that now.
Yeah,
it sounds
check it out.
Awesome. Well, there we go. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Book of Vince. Go check out that match. We always link to our match recommendations for each episode on our website, so you can go and check it out there and get a link to directly watch it. Colin, thank you so much for being on this. This was a lot of fun.
Well, thanks a lot for having me. I had a great time.
Colin, do you have anything to promote or plug while you're here?
No, not during COVID. I got a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of irons in the fire that I'm working on for when things go back to normal, or like projects that aren't ready yet. But yeah, not right now.
Where can people follow you if they want to check you out on like social media and stuff?
You can't.
Fair enough.
I'm probably gonna get a Twitter at some point. I don't have Twitter. Yeah, sorry guys.
That's all good. It's all good. It's mysterious. You just have to look up. You just have to look up Colin Sharpe and try to dig through the internet.
No, you know what you could do? You could search for Sharpe Comedy on YouTube. I made some comedy videos.
Sure.
So, Sharpe Comedy.
Awesome. Nice. All right. Well, that's our episode for this week. Again, please. I just lost my train of thought. Thank you for watching. Again, please follow or subscribe to the podcast if you enjoyed this episode. Please go check out our past episodes. You can follow everything that we do here at Unknown Error online, our different YouTube stuff, our social media. Just look us up at UE_films. You can follow myself online at Barton_Minute. You can follow Mr. Anthony Hall
at Hall and Jokes on Instagram and Twitter.
And Colin, thank you again for being on this episode. It was a blast.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah, go watch some wrestling. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays and a happy new year.